Why? So I'm going to probably swap out this camera. This is going to be, just put to the side just because I use it for exploring. My main exploring camera is this GoPro, so what I'm going to have to do is have spare batteries and charge it up, and then how I selected this camera was actually with this laptop. It's a Windows 10. And the thing is, it does kind of detect. Yeah, I tested the pocket camera. It doesn't. The battery is really low, and the yellow GoPro actually works with the Windows 8. So these cameras are kind of shaky with the software and stuff, and that's how a lot of devices and things are. So that's just these cameras. And this camera has pops up a menu option and stuff. It could be a webcam, it could be a charge mode, it could be memory. So let's try webcam, and now it's showing up some troubleshoot and things like that. So I'm just gonna remove the device for now. Let's see what this does. This other icon. So for certain devices and printers, are you sure you want to connected? USB cable. So let's go ahead and, well, I don't know exactly, but here's the fire. So it does recognize it. So pretty useful now. So I'm just trying to helmet, latest stuff are helmets. So the black GoPro is in here. Just testing one trip, two trips, and things. Having a GoPro, just from the start, getting footage, and then I would actually take off this GoPro. I use it as a hand camera if I ever, or have a spare hand camera is fine. That's how I'm gonna pretty much do most of my exploring trips. And even these batteries and things, I've got pretty much three spare batteries, so I might have to look for a docking station. There's also power banks, but it's not going to work with these GoPros and things. So I've got hand cameras, and for the price of one smartphone and things, but they're not really working that great without a laptop and stuff. So it does, have a few gimmicks to be aware of. Welcome to Epsize Exploring Adventures. These are the flashlights that I have for my GoPro helmet and bicycle. I'm also having a couple of spare batteries for the black GoPro mainly. So I've got this stuff right here. And a tripod just to kind of keep things sorted out for some of the just items I think that I'm testing and trying to sort out. So far with this Windows 10, the black GoPro and the Fire 7 does read. I have a small pocket camera, with memory cards and stuff. So I do have 32 gigabytes. Most of these, uh, you know, cameras are 32 gigabytes. But just showing up, just updating a few things. There are a few other situations like power packs and just available cameras. I do have another GoPro, which is that yellow one, but that connects to my Windows 8. So this is a Windows 10 laptop, and I do have another laptop that actually connects all the devices or Windows 8 and things, and even this pocket camera and things. Hopefully charges up. I can't really remove the battery on this or anything, but it's got 64 gigabytes compared to a 32 gigabytes, and this could also go up to 128 gigabytes. It's got a nice flash to it. So I hold down the button and things, really crisp video. The battery seems to not drain in 10 minutes like the other camera. So, things like that. Testing these cameras and knowing what I could use it for and stuff. It's got a nice flash. It just doesn't zoom in. And this yellow GoPro doesn't zoom in, but the battery works. And that's one of the first things to, you know, be pretty effective when you're going out. Well, for me, exploring and stuff, just having enough storage space. So I'm just kind of tilt the camera forward to see where this Velcro is going to connect. And as it turns out, it is not going to touch the light. You know, if I were to make things, you know, detail things a little more accurately and keep things straight and stuff, but that's no problem. Somehow, you know, measurements, and so I would actually might, you know, adjust and move things around, or you know, I wasn't, well, things like that, to keep the top Velcro how I wanted it, and there how I might have to remove the bottom Velcro or stick it in between and make something. So to make something from whatever I already had, you know, just moving the Velcro around and things. And, you know, this is a pretty decent clip, front clip. This is a lot more sturdier than, you know, just the other way, and the camera could, or the flashlight could fall off and stuff. This might be a decent situation now. And you know, it lines up really nicely. It lines up, you know, this light, and so that's just how this build is going to be. So I'll talk to you guys later. I got this as a free pickup, a nice travel bag. So I'm going to be, you know, figuring out what I could put in this. It's weatherproof and stuff. Glued this hard Velcro, and now I just have to work on the flashlight with a soft material. So I added this spiky hard Velcro, basically folded that forward, the smaller piece, that smaller piece, but yeah, really holding that with the toothbrush and things, and keeping the Velcro really clean so that it's not going to harden any glue or have issues, and it's going to be really useful getting stuck and then things like that. So I'm gonna wash my hands real quick, and I actually should clean the lens, and that's pretty nice, having something soft and cleaning the lens off. And then yeah, and even with this base piece, some of the sticky pad is, you know, the adhesive side is stuck onto the clip. I could actually lift that off and things for later on if I want to just you know, exchange the clip, I think. So I could even add a harness to this. It's going to be kind of like a bad angle. When I go like mineral, you know, look for minerals, I could actually place this on the ground and then sift. It's a different camera angle and things. Angle for the most part, uh, to go straight on and things. If I just set it on the base, it's gonna, well, yeah, set it on the base. It's gonna be 45 degrees, but it doesn't really move much. It's gonna have a nice balance with the batteries inside of it. So in and out and things, but I just wanted a helmet cam that kind of matched, you know, it kind of matches really effectively, you know, you know, uh, so got, it's been glued down and stuff, so hard Velcro. And now I just have to work on the flashlight with a soft material. So I added this spiky hard Velcro, basically folded that forward. So I think I did a previous video on doing this, and then now I'm just finishing it up. Alright, so here's kind of like I got some crazy glue on this piece, but that's okay. I'm gonna actually add this, but it's basically up to this point. So I got the piece cut off, and then I usually just peel off the back, set it up here, and then mix up the glue. And yeah, so after I glue this, there's going to be a couple more pieces, especially working with the smaller type of Velcro, but just getting big parts of it finished up. I could coat this with wood glue a little bit more, but definitely messed up with the crazy glue a little bit. And attach it to the light, this piece right here. So it's going to try to curl around, and so just keeping everything clean and not putting glue on my finger, letting this start to dry, and then we're going to press in any gaps. So it's no big deal if there's and things. I'm just getting this part finished up. I might even add the smaller piece, that smaller piece, but yeah, really holding that with the toothbrush and things, and keeping the Velcro really clean so that it's not going to harden any glue or have issues, and it's going to be really useful getting stuck and then things like that. So I'm going to wash my hands real quick, and I actually should clean the lens to go straight on and things. If I just set it on the base, it's going to, well, yeah, set it on the base. It's going to be 45 degrees, but it doesn't really move much. It's going to have a nice balance with the batteries inside of it. So in and out and things, but I just wanted a helmet cam that kind of matched, you know, it kind of matches really effectively, and things like that. These are the flashlights that I have for my GoPro helmet and bicycle. I'm also having a couple of spare batteries for the black GoPro mainly. So I've got this stuff right here, and a tripod just to kind of keep things sorted out for some of the 32 gigabytes. I could technically get more out of like a smartphone, so I am trying to get like a newer smartphone with the 64 gigabytes, or so far it's going to cost $75 for 64 and $125 if they even have smartphones in stock and things like. For spare camera, I mean, I paid pretty much $20 and $20 and $20, and there's this laptop and things. It does add up, just for the basic comparisons, I think. And tablets could range from $50 to $80 and things like that. So I've been kind of testing a few things, and then trying to do a few repairs. I think just finding just basic items that have been around, and just trying to make them really durable and stuff, like skateboards, backpacks, and things like that. There's a couple right here that I don't really need to use them as exploring. I could actually sort out a lot of stuff. So I've been sorting out, within boxes and kind of containers and things like that. So working on a few things here and there. So then I've got kind of spare umbrellas. Especially I've been picking up a lot of small mini. Here's one, and here's another one, number two. So these little small foldable umbrellas are really, especially, comes really in handy, I think. But it just doesn't have a real light. I need to kind of clean up also. But it's a spare helmet. It's pretty little bit of footage on this helmet, and then now I think it's